Okay then, here we are, ready to start round 12. We are going to be using our colour E and our work, crochet hook, scissors and needle. Okay, that's what we're going to achieve by the end of this round, and we're starting to build up lots more colour, lots more layering. We're really starting to accent these pieces here, and they will finish off with points ultimately, and it's just starting to be rather exciting, isn't it? So we've got some challenges in this round as well, because if you can see, in the same way as we've worked in previous rounds, we're actually doing these stitches into stitch that we've made before, way back in this case, in round 6, I think. Yes, round 6. But again, we'll go through it and I will show you how to find it, and it's handy because the colour that we're using, you know, you can look for the colour because we're making a stitch into a round that was made with the same colour, so that's also helpful. We've got another quite a tongue twister of a stitch to deal with, a front post triple treble. Don't worry about it. We handled the last one, didn't we? So this is quite honestly a walk in the park. So let's get on with it. Right, this is where we are at the moment at the end of round 11. I just want to say that it just changes the complete balance and appearance and everything, doesn't it, introducing that colour again? I love it. I don't know why I'm doing this little dance for you. Okay, I tell you why, because these remind me of those lovely the embroidery on those lovely sort of traditional Mexican hats. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Anyway, sorry, digress. Let's move on. Before I even join in this yarn, I just want to show you. It might be worth having a bit of a pull about of this before you crack on with this one, because you're going to want to see where these stitches are that you're going to work into, and they're quite well hidden, really. They're quite well hidden. As you know, we've worked mostly back loops only for a while now, which means we've got some front loops left over. For example, you can see the front loops there, can't you, on the purple Bordeaux round? You can see them quite clearly. We are looking for a front loop only stitch, but we're going to look in here. Oh, look, can you see? If I just kind of gently pull those apart, can you see that? You can just see that colour poking through there. Ooh, and that front loop. That, if I hold that back, you can see it's not easy to see. It's not even easy to see close up, look, because those stitches have covered them really, really well. But if you just bend it back, bend your work back, you will just see the glimpse of that colour coming through, and that is the stitch that we're going for. So I'd suggest maybe at the beginning of this round you do just have a little look round and familiarise yourself with it, because they can be buried fairly deep, like for example in here. Can you see it? It's there, but you're going to have to go hunting for it. So it's they can be tricky to find, but they're definitely there. It just needs a little bit of manipulation to find them. As I said to you, it's always handy because obviously we're using this colour, so we're going to look for that little glimpse there, and we can match it up that way. So that's going to be the challenge of this round. But it's one that you know, once you get 2 or 3 repeats on, you're going to know where to look, and you'll see the pattern. You'll see the pattern that these start to form, and it starts to become a bit more obvious where you need to look for the stitch. So it's okay, it's absolutely fine, not anything to worry about, and totally achievable. Okay, so we're going to join our yarn in to the top of any of the FPDTR3 tog. I've just remembered that. I haven't had to look that up or anything. I have had to look that up, obviously. Okay, sorry. We're going to join into the top of one of those, and it's really obvious which one that is. You can see, can't use a slightly longer stitch than the others. And we're back loops only again, because we are working everything back loops only unless told otherwise. Do you know what I find interesting? This is not interesting at all, but I'm just going to tell you, because this is my first video of the day. I'm having to reiterate everything for myself. even though you may well be watching your third one of today. I don't know, so I am sorry. Bear with me because my brain can only work in that particular way. So we'll just go with it. We'll go with it. Okay, sorry. Right, joining the colour in, back loop only, pulling up the yarn. I also realise I'm going to have to work a lot further away from the work as we're growing, as the piece is growing. It's interesting, isn't it? It's an adjustment for me. Okay, sorry, and I've secured that with a little chain there. Right, so our first, the repeat of the pattern on this one, I'm just going to say it to you. The repeat of the pattern is going to be 1 double crochet, front post triple treble in the front loop of the stitch from round 6. That's the one that I pointed out to you with the needle. And then we're going to skip a stitch, 2 double crochet. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying this. You're not going to remember that. I can't remember this. We'll just move on and just do it, shall we? That seems a better option. Okay, I'll read the pattern. Our first stitch is a double crochet, and because we've joined in and we've got our chain there, that will count as our double crochet. And our next stitch is a front post triple treble. Now, triple treble, and again, UK terms, triple treble, I'm guessing that's a double treble for the US folks, but we're working with a triple treble, and that just means round our yarn. That's a treble, so that's once, that's a double treble, that's twice, and that's a triple treble, so 3 times. All you're going to remember is put your yarn around your hook 3 times, and that is pretty much it. You don't have to worry about the name of the stitch, that's all you need to remember. Now here's the tricky part, because the tricky part with this is not remembering the name of it, it's remembering where we're going to find the stitch to make it into. You're going to come down to the left side of this section of stitches that we've made, and as I did earlier, we're going to just bend that back and expose that stitch. Can you see it there? In there it is, see? And that is where we're going to get our hook. It is tricky, but it's doable. There you go, see, the hook has gone in there. It's in the front loop of a stitch that we made in round 6 all that time ago. So pulled our yarn through, and now it's just complete the stitch, which is yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So it's a very, very long stitch. That is it. That's all it is. We needed to do all those yarn overs at the beginning because we needed that stitch nice and tall, and that is all it is. So that's our first one done. Okay, now we're going to skip a stitch. So as we've done before, just bring your work forward, have a look, see where your first stitch is made in this one here. So we're going to skip this one, and we're going to do our next double crochet in here. So that's 1, and we've got 2 to make, so that's 2. Okay, that brings us across, and we're now going to make another one of those long stitches, front post triple trebles down here. So round once, round twice, round 3 times, and this time we are asked to make this front post triple treble into the same place where we made the first one. So that's a little bit easier because that's already there, we can see it, and in we go. Pick up the yarn and pull through, and then, ooh, let's try that again. I'll try that again, shall I? Sorry. Round once, round twice, round 3 times, down and into the same stitch as before. Pick up the yarn and through, yarn through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So now I'll just take that out to show you. We've made a little triangle, look. Lovely! That's what we're going to do all the way around, folks. Make triangles. Gorgeous. Okay, so the last bit of our repeat on our pattern says skip 1. So we're going to, I've folded my work forward. I found where my last stitch was made, and I'm skipping this stitch. Oh, that is handy because I'm now sitting right at the top here of another front post triple treble, but this time the dark green one, so it's working out well. It's working out well. So let's go again. 1 double crochet, front post triple treble. I'm utilising my yarn bowl. I'll probably show you this at some point. You need to, speaking of which, you really need to keep your eyes peeled for what's happening in June. It's phenomenal. That's all I'm going to say. Right, sorry. I've got my yarn around the hook 3 times, and I'm, see, look at that. I was like, where is it? So you just have to go kind of mining for that stitch. It's in there. If you need to do this, by the way, this is also helpful. Grab your needle. If you need to kind of loosen that stitch up a bit, because they can be quite tight, you can just pull it up a little bit with your needle. Make it stand out a little. And that does make it easier. Allegedly, I did find that it was a bit easier to do that. It's a bit tight, but you will get there. There you go, look. It's there. And obviously the next one that you do into there is easy because you've already loosened it up a bit. So right, there's the first front post triple treble of this set. Skip one, so work forward. We worked out that one, we skipped that one, we're going in here. And we're doing 2 of those, so 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. And we're going to do another front post triple treble into this stitch to make that triangle effect. Okay, 2, 3. So round the hook 3 times into the same place as the last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there is our second triangle. I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to leave you to it. So that's the second one that we've done. We're going to skip a stitch, and that brings us into the top of the post triple treble that we did last time. That's a technical term. So 1 double crochet, yarn around the hook 3 times, go mining for our stitch. This one's here. 1, 2. I like doing these videos. 3. What I don't like doing is all of the editing and admin of it afterwards. You don't know if you saw our video on Instagram, me making poor old Busby do it. Right, sorry, skip 1. And we're going to do 2 in here, 2 double crochet. Yeah, so I like this bit, and I like someone else to do all the extra hard work at the end. 2, 3. He's done a good job. Well done, Busby, well done. Oh, sorry, distracted, you see. Look, I've only gone round twice there. 1, 2, 3. Hook into the same place to finish that little triangle effect. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So can you see the effects that's starting to build up there? It's really pretty, and I don't want to kind of jump forward, but when you finish up the points on these in the next round, it just looks amazing. So I'm going to go off and work at this. Took a little while, that one. They're taking longer, aren't they? How did you get on with that? How did you get on? Some of them were easier to find than others, weren't they, those stitches? But look, they're all there, they're all done. It's really, really pretty. And I've just had a quick look through the booklet, and we've got some nice straightforward rounds coming up. So, you know, if you're feeling a little anxious about all of that you've just done, because it was quite, there were some things to handle there, weren't there? So anyway, let's just do the needle join and we can move on and see what's coming up for us. I don't pull the yarn through. I've cut my yarn, I've left that stitch live, and I'm going to put my needle from back to front through that last stitch and just pull it very gently. That's as much as I want to pull it. I don't want to pull it any more, because you can see it's the same shape, same size as all the other stitches. But essentially what I've done there is made another stitch, which means I got to sit that over the first stitch of the round, else we're just going to have too many. So what that means I need to do is I need to follow the round. Here's my chain going up, and I need to follow the round of stitch number 2, which is here, and this is stitch number 2 here. So I go, oh look, follow, 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 follow this piece of yarn, and this piece of yarn is disappearing under here, so I follow, follow like that. And then I go, I'm still following it, it's come under, I'm following it, following it, following it, and oh, we're back here, and I'm going to follow it by putting my needle in where the yarn has come out. And what I've done is I will have created a stitch that sits right over the top of the other one. It's false, but you can work into it, and it looks gorgeous. And that, my friends, my lovely crochet buddies, is the end of round 12.